Hello everyone, welcome back to Relative Security, and today we are going to initiate our second episode of incident response. Just a quick overview of the definition of incident that we discussed in the last episode is a violation or imminent threat of violation of computer security policies, acceptable use policies, or standard security practices. Basically, anything that is a normal within your organization, and when you deviate from that normality, that is basically an incident. Now, incident can range from a very small unnoticeable event to a big disaster. It depends on your own organizational policy how to respond to it. So when it comes to incident response, it is a structured and methodical approach to addressing and managing cybersecurity incidents. It encompasses a series of coordinated actions aimed at swiftly recognizing, containing, and mitigating the impact of a security incident. The process itself involves thorough identification to ascertain the nature and severity of the incident, a prompt containment measures to limit the further damage, and then systematic eradication of the threat and a comprehensive analysis post-incident to derive insights for continuous improvement. By adhering to the principles of incident response, organizations enhance their resilience against cyber threats. They minimize their potential harm and refine their security posture based on the lessons learned from each incident. So, how exactly organizations can adopt such structured approach? They need to get some assistance from the well-known incident response frameworks that are publicly available. So incident response frameworks will indeed provide a structured and systematic approach to handling cybersecurity incidents, which proves highly beneficial in saving the time and effort. So if the organizations go ahead and decide that they are going to learn from hit and trial method, it will definitely going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of resources will have to be spent. However, if they adopt any of the frameworks, this structured nature of these frameworks will ensure that the organizations follow a predefined set of steps, guidelines, and rules during an incident, preventing chaos and rush mentality. So by having well-defined process, teams can focus on the right actions at the right time to be taken, swiftly identifying, containing, eradicating, and recovering from incidents. This structured approach not only enhances efficiency, but also minimizes the risk of overlooking critical steps in the heat of the moment. Furthermore, these incident response frameworks contribute to a more coordinated and organized response, allowing teams to work together seamlessly, prioritize tasks effectively, and ultimately mitigate the impact of incidents more efficiently. In essence, the structural framework provides a clear path for incident responders, enabling them to make informed decisions and respond to incidents with precision rather than succumbing to chaotic and hurried reactions. So now that we have set the tone for the importance of the incident response frameworks, next we will dive into the publicly available incident response frameworks from the NIST and SANS institutes. We will look at both separately, and then we will see how do they combine at certain points and how do they differ. For example, let's go ahead and talk about NIST incident response framework. It has four different phases: preparation, detection and analysis, containment, eradication and recovery, and post-incident activity. So the first one is preparation, in which the IR framework from the NIST ensures that the organization that plans to respond to the incidents should be prepared beforehand, even before the incident has occurred. The team should be ready. The second step is detection and analysis. How do you identify that a particular incident has happened and how do you analyze? Once you know more about the incident that has occurred, the next step would be to contain it, eradicate the artifacts, and recover your systems to normal operations. And once your system has been recovered from the incident, you go ahead and do the post-incident activity, where you discuss what happened, why happened, and how we can prevent it in the future. Let's talk about SANS IR framework before we dive deep into the each phase. So SANS IR framework talks about more or less the same phases, but as NIST considers containment, eradication, and recovery at the same level, where it says you don't have to wait for the containment phase to complete to start the eradication. SANS takes each phase differently. It says preparation, identification, containment, then eradication, and then recovery. And the last one would be the lessons learned. So there isn't much difference in the vocabulary that IR framework is using, whether it is from SANS or NIST. However, NIST incident response is widely adopted guideline that will provide organizations with a structured approach to incident response and it also outlines key steps such as preparation, detection, containment, eradication, recovery, and post-incident activities, emphasizing continuous improvement. SANS does the same thing. Basically, both frameworks serve as a valuable resources for organizations seeking effective incident response strategies. So in this particular episode, we are going to talk about the preparation phase. Whether it's SANS or NIST, we have combined best of both worlds for you, and we will discuss in detail what exactly are the things that need to be done within the preparation phase. For the rest of the identification, containment, and till the lessons learned, we will have a separate episode, basically the third episode of this series. Let's dive into the preparation. What happens in this phase? So this phase involves getting a team ready and well equipped to handle any potential incident that may arise suddenly. The team is prepared to respond promptly with the goal of minimizing the impact of the incident on the organization. So this readiness includes defining roles and responsibilities, establishing communication channels, developing incident response policies and procedures, and ensuring that necessary tools and resources are in place. So the basic idea in this pre-incident phase or the preparation is that a proactive and organized environment is created so that the team can effectively address incidents at a moment's notice, regardless of the nature or severity of the situation. Overall, the preparation phase is about laying the foundation for a swift and coordinated response to cyber incidents. When it comes to policy, the incident response policy serves as a foundational written guide within an organization, outlining principles and rules for incident response. This document is crucial for determining what qualifies as an incident, how it should be recognized, and the subsequent steps to be taken. Acting as a keystone element, the incident response policy provides clear direction to the response team, stakeholders, and employees, ensuring a standardized and coordinated approach to incidents. It establishes a common understanding of incident handling and forms the basis for a well-prepared and effective response to a wide range of incidents, from routine disruptions to more security breaches. But how do we know what is an incident? What is which event is something of a significance which should be declared an incident. That is where the baseline or expected behavior comes in. So this is a normal pattern of activity and performance within the network under typical non-compromised conditions. This baseline represents a snapshot of network's standard operations, encompassing factors such as network traffic, user behavior, system performance, and communication patterns. Creating a baseline involves monitoring and analyzing the network over a specific period, identifying the typical usage patterns, and establishing benchmarks for normal behavior. This baseline serves as the reference point for detecting anomalies and potential security incidents. Because if any deviation from this baseline is observed, it may indicate abnormal or suspicious activities, prompting further investigation. For example, a baseline might encompass regular working hours, specific data transfer rates, standard protocols used, and typical access patterns for different user roles. If there is a sudden surge in network traffic during non-peak hours or an unusual number of failed login attempts, these deviations from the baseline could sorry, could signify a potential security incident, triggering alert and response mechanisms. So, establishing and regularly updating a baseline is fundamental aspect of network security monitoring and anomaly detection. It will enable the organization to detect and respond to abnormal behavior promptly, helping to identify security threats and potential breaches within the network. For any organization, it is very important to define the incident appetite because incident appetite refers to an organization's predetermined level of tolerance or acceptance regarding security incidents. It essentially outlines how much risk an organization is willing to bear when it comes to security incidents. This determination helps shape the organization's overall strategy for incident response because it will influence decisions about resource allocation, response speed, and the extent of actions taken during an incident. So, for instance, an organization with a low incident appetite may have a very low tolerance for any security incident and might implement aggressive measures to prevent and respond to incidents swiftly. On the other hand, an organization with higher incident appetite may adopt a more balanced approach, accepting a certain level of risk and focusing on efficient incident recovery and continuous improvement. So, how do you define the incident appetite? It is a very crucial aspect of incident response planning as it sets the tone for how an organization approaches and manages security incident. It ensures that incident response efforts are aligned with the organization's risk management strategy and overall business objectives. So the next is response plan or strategy. So once organizational policies have been established, the creation of a comprehensive plan or strategy is the next natural step because the foundational policies are in place now, which detail the principle and rules for incident response. The next step would involve developing a strategic approach to implement those policies effectively. This strategy outlines a structured set of procedures, roles, and responsibilities to guide the incident response team in the event of a security incident. This is where, in this response plan and strategy, it will involve the guidelines regarding assessing the severity and potential consequences of each incident to determine the order in which they should be addressed. Because incident priority is very important. And this strategic approach ensures that the efforts are directed towards mitigating those incidents that pose the greatest risk or potential harm to the organization, contributing to a more effective and targeted incident response effort. When it comes to incident priority, it should be evaluated based on what potential impact an incident may have on any organization. One widely used framework is the Common Vulnerability Scoring System, which assigns a score based on the severity and impact of vulnerability. So let's take an example regarding the incident priority. Consider a scenario where an organization detects two incidents, incident A and incident B. Incident A is where an employee mistakenly exposes sensitive customer data on a public server, but the data is quickly identified and removed. However, the incident B, a sophisticated malware attack, compromises critical systems and threatens to disrupt essential services. Now, which one should be given priority? Because even though sensitive data has been exposed in the example A, but the incident is promptly identified and mitigated. So the impact of that exposure is relatively low compared to the other incident, incident B, where a sophisticated malware attack poses a significant threat to critical systems and it could result in a widespread disruption. So the potential impact is quite high in the case of incident B. So once the incident priority has been defined, you have the idea how you are going to respond to that particular incident. But organizations should establish effective communication channels with external parties when addressing incidents. Similarly, the incident response team should have a comprehensive communication plan to discuss and inform the relevant stakeholders about the progress of incident response at any given time. It also includes appropriately reaching out to entities such as law enforcement, managing media inquiries, and seeking external expertise as needed. Collaboration with involved parties like ISPs, software vendors, or incident response teams is crucial. So, proactive sharing of the incident indicator information among peers enhances the overall incident detection and analysis capabilities. When it comes to communication plan, because it's an incident already that has happened within the organization, and currently you are analyzing it's currently you don't know how bad the situation is. So you cannot use the normal email or other normal hours operations communication channels that you normally use, because most probably, or if your communication channel that you normally use has been compromised as well, your attacker or adversaries, they will have complete access to the plans that you're making for incident response. So thinking out of the box, the incident response team should not be using the normally used communication channels within the organization. They can use emergency notification systems. They could use in-person meetings if possible, or at least they should go for encrypted phone calls. So once they have this or this plan, response plan, incident priority frameworks, and reporting mechanism, everything in order, they should ideally they should establish a designated war zone or a war room or incident response center where it is it where it works as a centralized hub for the response team during a live incident. This physical or virtual space serves as a dedicated environment where team members can collaboratively, collaboratively work, analyze data, and make real-time informed decisions. The war room should be equipped with essential tools, technology, and resources to facilitate effective communication, coordination, and response effort. The war room allows the team to centralize information, monitor the incident as it unfolds, and respond promptly to emerging threats. This concept ensures that the response team operates in a focused and organized manner. Last but not the least, incident tracking system is as important as anything because it involves setting up a structured mechanism to record, monitor, and analyze data related to security incidents within the organization. This system serves as a centralized repository capturing details of the incident as they occur and the actions taken to resolve them. By maintaining such historical records, the incident tracking system provides valuable insights into the past incidents, their root causes, and the effectiveness of the incident response strategies employed. Such historical perspective is instrumental in identifying patterns, trends, and areas for improvement in the organization itself. Next is the documentation. This thing we should keep in mind that no matter what stage you are in the incident response, you should be documenting each and every step that you have taken during that campaign. For example, if you are running any commands, they should be in your logbook, which should become part of the documentation. If you were doing any network connection testing, it should go in the logbook where you are writing the documentation. Team should be ready because as we know that one of the main benefits or the objectives of the preparation phase is that the team which is responding to an incident should not go into the incident response area with a rush mind. They should be prepared in advance for any untoward event. So, assembling an effective incident response team is very crucial for comprehensive and coordinated approach to handling cybersecurity incidents. The team's composition should include individuals with diverse expertise to cover various aspects of incident response. For example, forensics experts contribute by analyzing digital evidence and identifying the extent of a security incident. Malware analysis focuses on the dissecting malicious software to understand the behavior and its implications. So these are the different team members which are not necessarily in the incident response team per se in the whole year. But when the incident happens, you can include these people which will be of great help while you are doing the incident response. And once you have gathered the team, then equipping the incident response team with suitable tools for threat detection, analysis, and mitigation is very crucial for an effective response. These tools enhance the team's capabilities by providing advanced functionalities to identify, analyze, and mitigate security incidents. Whether it's antivirus software, intrusion detection system, or forensic analysis tool, having the right set of tools ensures a comprehensive and efficient response to a wide variety of threats. It is always recommended that to enable yourself with the tools, a jump bag is recommended. Each jump bag will typically include a laptop loaded with the appropriate softwares. It could be related to packet sniffers, digital forensics, or writing software on CD or other media, backup devices, blank media, basic network equipment, and cables. These should be always ready within a jump bag or a jump kit because whenever the incident happens, the team should not start gathering the tools. They should just pick up the bag and leave for the response. Lastly, conducting regular training sessions is equally important to keep the incident response team very well prepared. These training sessions cover various aspects, including the proper use of tools, simulated incident scenarios, and updates on the latest threat landscape. Training not only ensures that the team members are familiar with the tools at their disposal, but also hones their skills in responding to evolving and complex cybersecurity threats. It helps maintain a high level of readiness, agility, and proficiency within the team, ultimately contributing to a more effective and resilient incident response capability. So, this discussion was all about preparing for responding to an incident. Once you have these key materials and a relevant team, then definitely you then definitely it will be very helpful for the team to go in to respond to any incident. So that's it for in this video. In the next video, we will be discussing in detail about the next 3 or 4 phases, starting from containment, eradication, recovery, and then lessons learned or the post-incident activities to and to discuss it further. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. If it was in any way helpful to you, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.